So my first class on Mondays and Wednesdays is statistics. It is all the way on the other side of campus, literally. It ends at 9:30, and I'm low-key always late, but currently walking down dorm row to get there eventually. My first class of the day is in building 46, or the Brain and Cognitive Science building. And it's obviously so gorgeous, and my class is right in there. Okay, so I just finished that lecture. It was pretty interesting. Today we talked about linear regression, which is like everyone's seen that before, but how to actually like find the parameters by hand and with all the math instead of just like plugging points into a calculator and having the calculator do that for you. So that was kind of cool to learn about. And now I usually go to office hours for this class until 12 and just basically like make sure that I know how to do the P-set for this week. But since it's a week before finals, we don't have any P-sets due. So I'm instead gonna sit here and get some work done. But yeah. Okay, so I worked on my UROP a little bit while I was working there, just like coding. It's like a coding UROP, and I'm just like working on making obstacles move randomly right now. So I did that, and now I'm walking over to Massey for lunch. Okay, so I just finished that lecture. It was pretty interesting. We talked about plasticity, especially in the eye, and how for people who have amblyopia, where like one eye doesn't work and one eye does, you can like inject a neurotoxin into the working eye and like disable it, and then the eye that wasn't working before will like pretty much gradually go back to normal behavior, which is kind of insane. But now I'm just sitting in the atrium doing a little bit of work before I have a UROP meeting at 3. So at this point I'm walking back to Next, just chill out, eventually eat and stuff. But yeah, I need to get started on my neuroscience final assignment, so I'm gonna go do that at Next. Okay, so I did some work on my 901 final assignment, and then I had a call for like UA officer check-ins because I'm the co-chair of, UA chair check-ins because I'm the co-chair of Alumni Affairs, and now I have 15K explorations in management from 7 to pretty much 8:30, so I am walking across campus again to get to Sloan. Okay, so it's like 8:30. I am walking back from 15K now. It was the last class of the day, so they gave us free food, like a steak burrito and some chips and a bunch of other stuff. And they said it was all you can eat, so I could have taken more, but then I would feel bad. But yeah, now I will begin the like 25-minute walk back to Next. Or if there's a shuttle on the way, I will catch the shuttle. And it is raining now. Okay, so I'm back in my room now. I realized I totally forgot to say what that class was about. So we had Professor Zainab Tan speak to us today. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but she does operations research, and she just gave us a talk about like what that means, and like a book that she wrote called The Good Job, basically doing like case studies on like retailers and finding out why some had like super high turnover and how some were able to have like low turnover and like pay their employees a lot and still offer low prices and stuff like that. So that was honestly pretty cool. And they gave us free food afterwards, which is nice. So I'm gonna write a reflection on that, because we have to do them for half of the classes, and then keep working on my final assignment for neuroscience and do some embroidery later. Alright, so Tuesday morning, again, not a usual Tuesday at this time. I usually go to the stud, sit down, and then read some stories. for my writing class that I'm taking, because we discuss them every afternoon. But today I'm going to Target because I have a Secret Santa this night. Alright, so I went to Target. I was like almost like going insane because they didn't have what I checked online for, but then I found it, so it's fine. But I'm walking back down the soph right now. My first class on Tuesday and Thursday is ice skating, my PE class. So I have a pretty chill morning until then, and I'm just walking back to campus for ice skating now.
So there's also
Şimdi gel beraber seninle muz seçelim. Bak şimdi en olduğumuzda önümüzde arkada bir gün içerisinde 6-12 saat içerisinde kadar bütün şey anlatıyor. Ben bunları seviyorum. Bunları seviyorum. Bunu alacaksın.
Realized I totally forgot to talk about my classes. So I had ice skating, which was fun. We are doing backwards crossovers right now, and it's actually going well, so that is fun. And then I had my writing class called Writing Science Fiction. We finished up all of our workshops last week, so now we're talking about like publishing and stuff like that, but it's super chill. And then I just finished 6042, which is math for computer science. I think that class is interesting overall, but right now we're doing like expected value and variance, which is like stuff that I covered in another class at the beginning of the year, so it's not the most interesting for me. But I think the instructors are still really nice and they try to make lecture fun for us. It is currently like 5 p.m. Had a brief check-in with my Europe supervisor. Now I'm walking back to Next to pick up my costume and all my dance things for a like 6-hour rehearsal tonight. Usually at this time I'd be going to McCormick to eat dinner, and then a UA cabinet meeting at 6, and then ring committee meeting at 7. But literally my entire night tonight has been taken over by EDT. So yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Like I could take you there and literally walk.
Alright, so I haven't recorded any actual talking yet today, so here it is. Today I had -7 lecture in the morning, except I was like super tired from ADT and like kind of working a little bit late last night, so I decided to just sleep more instead of going to 9:07 lecture, which I think, I don't know, I've been doing well in that class, so I feel like it's okay. And then I went to 6042 recitation. We talked about variance, which again is like not super new to me, but I guess it is kind of nice to learn a bit more of the mathematical proof side, because in 907, my statistics class, we just like introduce the concept and then focus on using it. And then 901, so I just finished my last 901 lecture as well, Introduction to Neuroscience, and we were talking about memory and like strengthening of synapses and how that happens, which I feel like memory is still so mysterious, and I feel like there's so many things that we didn't even like get to in this class, like for example like cognition or like problem solving or like consciousness or whatever, but I guess that those are like super advanced topics anyways, and like for future classes. But yeah, so oh yes, in between recitation and the lecture that I just finished, I had lunch. Usually I go to Massey or something because I have dining swipes that I need to use before the semester ends. but today they had like a grilled cheese food truck for free, so I went to get that. And now I am sitting back at my favorite table in the building 46 atrium. There's Christmas lights on the railing right there. And they put some wreaths up, so it's super nice, feeling festive. And I have a Europe small group meeting in about 15 minutes. Currently walking back to Next. I went to the stud and picked up the Secret Santa gift. So cute, because the UA committee chairs did a Secret Santa exchange. For this past semester, I've had meetings at this time with a club group that I'm part of. We work on a project where we basically tried to make Google Maps navigation, but for MIT buildings. But that club has wrapped up now, so now I'm a bit more free Wednesday afternoon. Probably gonna keep grinding out a final assignment. I just finished the first ADD showcase. It was a ton of fun. But also there were so many parents there, which I just did not expect. So like when we're doing like hip hop dances or we're like sexy dances, it's just like damn. But also it is snowing. There is snow on the ground finally.
What am I doing?
Woke up to see that snow had actually built up on the ground from yesterday. Super cool. So I totally forgot to give updates on everything. But today was the last day of skating. We just had a free skate, so we could kind of do whatever we wanted, which was fun. Skating has honestly probably been my favorite class this semester. Yeah, and I just woke up late this morning and like did a neuroscience question before going to skating, so I didn't do much. And then I had lunch at Massey. And then my last writing science fiction class and last 042 lecture. Writing science fiction was super chill. The professor basically like gave us a bunch of tea about how like publishers and editors work and stuff like that, and she also made cupcakes for us, which was super nice. And then at 042 we talked about some like bounds for estimating probabilities, which is again stuff that I've seen in 907 before, but it's like fine. And they also gave us a bunch of candy afterwards. They always bring candy to every class, which was super nice. Overall, the like lectures are super sweet and like try to make it like entertaining and fun for us, which I really appreciate. But yeah, and like low-key, I thought they just had like Halloween candy or something, so I was like not expecting much, but they had the like Ghirardelli like squares and everything, and they had like so many different flavors. Like I didn't even know a raspberry one existed, but it does, and I just ate it and it's really good. But yeah, so that was that. And then usually Thursday afternoons I just do some work, and then I have 901 recitation at 7 p.m. On Thursdays, but today was like the last day of classes, so they just canceled that. And for the past few hours I've been at ADT showcase. Yep, we had a 6 p.m. show, and then we have a 9 p.m. show. So right now I'm just hanging out in between, trying to get 901 submitted, get final assignments over and done with, and then do my second ADT show, and then finally sleep for like hours upon hours. But yeah.